What happens when a narcissist realizes they can no longer control you? Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology, spent his life exploring the hidden recesses of the human psyche. Among his most powerful insights was his understanding of the narcissistic personality, and more importantly, what happens when someone breaks free from their psychological grip. Jung didn't just describe the narcissist's tactics. He explained the deeper psychological warfare that occurs when you evolve beyond their control. In this video, we'll explore how narcissists react when you grow too strong and the devastating, final dirty trick they often use to regain power. The narcissist's final move when they can't control you anymore. Jung noted something deeply unsettling. Narcissists do not simply walk away when they lose influence over you. Contrary to common belief, narcissists are not most afraid of rejection or abandonment. Their true fear, Jung argued, is the moment when they realize their victim no longer needs them and, even worse, is now stronger than them. They escalate. When you start healing, setting boundaries, and reclaiming your sense of self, the narcissist doesn't congratulate you. They retaliate. Jung's research revealed that this final attempt to regain control can unravel your progress in a matter of weeks, unless you know what to look for. Their identity is fragile and constantly requires external proof of worth. But when you begin to affirm your worth from within, the supply is cut off. Their fragile ego can't handle the loss, and this leads them to unleash their final and most dangerous manipulation strategies. They feed off attention, admiration, and control, what is commonly known as narcissistic supply. This retaliation isn't always loud or explosive. Often, it's strategic and psychological, cloaked in manipulation and false vulnerability. Power inversion crisis. Why your strength scares them. Jung coined the term power inversion crisis to describe the inner turmoil a narcissist experiences when their victim surpasses them in psychological strength. As long as you're confused, broken, or seeking their validation, you serve their purpose. But once you find your voice, build your confidence, and stop playing their game, the dynamic shifts. Narcissists project their weaknesses onto others to preserve the illusion of superiority. They no longer see you as a source of validation. They see you as a threat. The inflated ego and narcissistic supply. Jung's concept of the inflated ego explains why narcissists are so dependent on others for emotional sustenance. When you are uncertain or compliant, you are the perfect source of this supply. Phase 1. Strength shaming. The first tactic Jung identified in this final manipulation phase is strength shaming. In the past, the narcissist may have criticized your weaknesses, telling you that you are too emotional, too insecure, or too dependent. But once you heal those wounds and begin standing in your strength, the attack shifts. They'll say things like, "You've changed, and not in a good way. You used to be so caring. Now you're just cold." All this confidence has gone to your head. It's calculated targeting of your proudest transformations. If you've learned to set boundaries, they'll call you selfish. If you've found your voice, they'll label you aggressive. If you've built confidence, they'll call you arrogant. Jung observed that this is not random criticism. If they can get you to doubt your healing, they can start to reel you back in. This strategy is designed to make you ashamed of the very qualities that freed you. Phase 2. Nostalgic manipulation. If strength shaming doesn't work, the narcissist moves to phase 2. Nostalgic manipulation. The narcissist is not yearning for the real you. They longing for the version of you they could control. They manipulate memory, casting the past in a golden light, hoping to make you question your present progress. They'll say things like, "Remember when you used to laugh at my jokes? You were so much happier before you started all this therapy. I miss the old you. We were so good together back then." They have no one else to turn to but you. Why? Because they know you? They know what triggers your guilt, your empathy, your compassion. You begin to wonder, Was I really happier before? Have I lost something valuable in my growth? And when the time is right, they use those triggers to pull you back into the caretaker role, the role you've worked so hard to escape. Jung described this as a form of psychological time travel. This trick is particularly potent because it weaponizes your own nostalgia against you. And just like that, the door to manipulation begins to crack open. Phase 3. Manufactured vulnerability. The most dangerous tactic, according to Jung, is what he called manufactured vulnerability. When the narcissist realizes that neither shaming nor nostalgia will work, they play their final card, crisis. Suddenly, they are fragile. They're struggling. They're in pain. Jung warned that this is rarely coincidental. Narcissists often create or exaggerate problems, a health scare, financial trouble, family drama precisely when you are feeling strong and self-assured. They keep a detailed psychological map of your emotional triggers. Just this once, the collapse of boundaries. The narcissist doesn't just want help, they want you to sacrifice your strength. They say, I know you don't usually lend money, but this is different. I know you need space, but I really need you right now. I know you're focusing on yourself, but can't you help me just this once? Jung emphasized that every just this once is a covert demand for proof that they still come first. If you say yes, you're not just helping them. You're undoing your own boundaries, the very ones that marked your growth. Differentiated compassion, the antidote. So how do you protect yourself? Jung proposed a concept called differentiated compassion. It is the understanding that you can care about someone else's pain without taking responsibility for fixing it. You can feel empathy without becoming entangled. If helping someone is pulling you back into old, damaging patterns, it's not compassion, it's self-sacrifice. You must ask, is helping them allowing me to become who I truly am, or is it keeping me from that journey? Jung wrote, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. What your strength means to them. Jung's most powerful insight may be this. Narcissists fear your strength, not because it hurts them, but because it reminds them of their own abandoned potential. They gave up the path of growth for control. You chose authenticity. And every step you take in your healing is a mirror they can't bear to look into. That's why they try to drag you back. Your very existence challenges their choice to remain small. When a narcissist tries one last time to pull you down, know this. It's not a sign of your weakness, but proof of your strength. And when you refuse to collapse your identity to fit someone else's narrative, you don't just escape their control, you reclaim your freedom. And once you see the game for what it is, you can never be a player in it again. Holding the line, the real test of freedom. Every time you say no to manipulation, whether it's shaming, nostalgia, or a manufactured crisis, you prove something fundamental. Their power over you was always an illusion. It's about being able to see it, name it, and reject it without losing who you are. True strength, Jung argued, isn't about being immune to manipulation. This is what individuation means, the journey to become fully yourself, unburdened by the projections of others. The final truth. Carl Jung's exploration of narcissistic behavior provides not just a warning, but a map to liberation. You've already won. Their need to manipulate you is a desperate attempt to regain what they've lost control over someone who no longer needs them. So the next time a narcissist tries to shame your strength, rewrite your past, or tug at your empathy, remember this. You don't owe anyone your healing. You only owe yourself the right to live fully, freely, and authentically. And that is a debt worth honoring.